there, welcome to New Beginnings, my everyday life in rural Cyprus. Not with it today. As you know, I was very ill the weekend and then I was all right on Monday, and now Mike has something, not the same as me, he has something else. He's got like a head cold, I would say he's got, and completely different symptoms to what I had. And he kept insisting on cuddling me all the time because he was cold and he wasn't feeling well. And now I think I've got that. So today I actually had an office day because I wanted to do things. I did water this morning briefly, things that really needed watering. And then I've spent all day making yet another file. And you'll know my saga with my hard drives. So I now have 3 hard drives. One, we're not sure if it's dodgy or not, so I'm trying to move everything from that onto another hard drive. But I don't want to move it over until I want to keep it, and I've dealt with it or edited things on it, whatever I'm doing with it. And you'll see in my last live, I actually have labelled the third hard drive I've got, which is another black one like the first one. So I've labelled it archive, and now I've been making files up with what is on each of the hard drives rather than plugging them in and seeing what they are and naming the files and sorting them all out. So I've been doing that both on the computer, switching things around on the hard drives and making files of what's there. So that's taken a lot of my day. In fact, it's 5:30 now, and after watering briefly this morning, that is all I've been doing today. It's taken me all day. I was determined to do it. So I've got that done, and I've also gone through all my thumbnails. Now, I don't know how you guys do your thumbnails. I make my thumbnails normally, sometimes different, but mostly as I'm editing, I do a snapshot of part of the film as I'm editing and then put that with title on it, snapshot it again and put that at the beginning of the video. And then I have a folder, thumbnails for each channel, and then it goes in there. Now, when I use it, it doesn't come out of there again, and I've literally got hundreds sitting there. Now, sometimes that's because thumbnails, let's say they might be pictures of my dogs that I used to have. Well, I want to keep those because I don't have many pictures, I just have video. So I want to keep those, particularly the ones I'm editing at the moment where one of my dogs was having puppies. So they've just been sitting there. So I went through today, after I'd done all those files and hard drive work, I actually just finished before this live and cleared out or moved the thumbnails that I want to keep from this channel and Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. I can't believe how many were there. Couldn't believe it. So my next job will be, I've got pictures of my cats in files, and they're just random, and I want to sort those out, and what ones I want to keep, I want to put those on the hard drive. That's going to be a day's job on its own because, again, there's hundreds of those and some aren't labelled. So that, and then the other thing I want to do is all these thumbnails that I've moved around and saved in pictures, in my pictures. If I've saved them, I have filed those as I've done that, but I want to go through and just really whittle them down, make videos out of if I've got lots of pictures of something to go with footage, and go through all my footage that's just sitting on my laptop and start editing that up. So computer things take time. They take time. So that's what I've been doing today. I was going to do my live today. I think I might have mentioned on Monday. So I'm going to be on my exercise bike today. I want to get into that. I think I tempted fate there, that I'm just not up to doing that at all. Okay, let's go and check out the comments. We have Jeannie's Life. Hi, Dawn. I'm cooking, but we'll listen, my friend. Yes, you're always cooking. 2 thumbs up. Brilliant. Oh, you're playing my game of 3 thumbs up. I'll share you now. Thank you very much. Stitching It Up's here, Dawn, and Stitching It Up has shared my last live. So thank you for that. Just shared it. Hi, Stitch. What's cooking? Yes, we all want to know. I'm cooking, listening. I'm cooking, feeling much better. Yes, you've been very sick as well. Maybe I caught it off of you through the airwaves. Eggs and cheese for me. We don't pay for our eggs. We don't pay for our eggs, and we don't have to pay for chicken feed or bedding for chickens. We just go and help out now and then at the stables, and we get the eggs from there for helping out. We've got to do, I'm going to say we've got 2 weeks to go down and keep feeding the horses. I think 2 weeks. The man who owns the stables doesn't live there. He lives quite a long way away, so no one lives at the stables. And there's about 20 horses there. If you've not seen my videos, there's about 20 horses there. There's goodness knows how many chickens there. There's 2 big chicken coops full of chickens, turkeys, a duck. I'm surprised that duck's still there. He's been there since we've known it to be there. 2 goats now. There's 2 goats there. Cats, there's 3 cats there. There's a couple of dogs there. And we go and feed all of those. And that's because the man takes it in turns with his in-laws to go and feed the horses of an evening. And he can do during the day, but his in-laws have gone away on holiday, and they normally pick up the children from school, so he can't go and do the evening feed, come all the way over and be picking the children up from school while his in-laws are away on holiday in Germany. I think he said they were going. So we're going to just do the evening feed. Well, I say evening, it's late afternoon, for a couple of weeks. I was thinking about doing a live down there on my phone, but it will be a different time if I do. And then I thought, no, I always just film the horses when I'm down there. And I've just been editing another horse video from last time I was down there, and they've got a new horse, and it's like a tiny, it's not a pony, like a baby horse. It's a very short horse, like, what do you call those little short horses? It's not one of those. I don't know what breed it is. What do you call those little short horses, little tiny things? It's not those. It's not that. It's not that. I don't know what it is. I'll have to find out. So yes, there will be more footage coming up of horses and at the stables, and yes, more of that coming up. Okay, it's Wednesday. So Wednesday we often do this. Okay, so puzzle piece today is what goes in water black but comes out red? What goes in water black but comes out red? And see if you can get that before I give the answer away later on in the live. And the applause will go to anyone who gets it, or the applause will go to me if no one gets the answer. What goes in water black but comes out red? Stitching It Up says, remember our Friday collab if you want to join in. And that's hashtag. It's not called a hashtag. I think, was it on Friday or on Monday? Monday, because I was doing fun facts on Monday, and Stitching It Up was definitely there. Do you remember what the real name of a hashtag is before I tell you? Do you remember? And it's Fantastic Fridays. Fantastic Fridays. I just cannot do any collaborations at the moment. I'm struggling to do my own stuff right now. I would normally join in. I do tend to join in people's collabs, but I just can't with all this hoo-ha that's going on. All this hoo-ha. Not exactly, but I remember the conversation. You learnt nothing. Two Doves Bees and Gardens is here. Good morning. Good morning to you guys. Yes, now my worker wires from Hungary have gone. I'm just trying to catch up the rest of this week, trying to catch up on what I need to do, because obviously I don't have office days then. So I'm just trying to catch up with everything, and then I will be back on all your channels. Some of your channels I've popped in briefly if you've had something short up, but I will be back on your channels. You know that I will never just go on the channel if I don't have time to watch the full video. So if you get a delay from me being on your channel, just be aware you'll get a full watch when I do comment on your channel. So yes, the reminder, what a hashtag is actually called, it's an octothorpe. An octothorpe, that is the real name for a hashtag. And I said the reason it's called an octothorpe, octo meaning 8, and the hashtag symbol, it represents the 8 points on a hashtag. No problem, says stitching it up. No problem at all. Okay, let's do Wednesday's quote corner. We have new quote corners now. Ah, how sweet. Sweet but true. Let's see. Stitch Up says, yeah, I've never heard that word prior. Stitch Up saying hello to Two Doves, Bees and Gardens. Okay, let's I know what we have to do, and this is something I have been working hard on because I was sick the weekend. I didn't want to do anything walking around. It's normally my legs just give up the ghost. They really do. So can you guess what I was doing? Oh yes, I'm sure you can. Lots of this. Yes, it's my cross stitch. I have done so much. I had a mission I wanted to get. I got to the side, one side, so you can start to get bearings of how big it is and what the picture is. But I wanted to get to the top. Only a few stitches at the top, but I wanted to get to the top. Wow, it will focus in a minute. So that, the top is the top. Oh no, I lie. I think there's 2 more rows. I haven't got the actual pattern here. I think there's 2 more rows. I got to the top of that colour. I think there's 2 more rows above that, so I might be wrong. But this side is the side. The bottom is not the bottom. That's halfway. So we've got all this to do yet. We've got all this to do yet. Can you guess what it is? Can you guess? We haven't got any correct guesses yet. Sometimes I can see it. Sometimes I can't. Did Mike say last time he thought it was? Oh, I'd done less than that. And did you say it looked like a submarine or battleship or something? But that is coming along now. When I'm stitching it, it's like I can't see anything until I come away, and then I'm like, oh, look what I've done. So there's a lot going on there. I'll come a bit nearer now so you can see I've gone all up here. It's all one colour, and then the thicker bits of that colour at the bottom where it's thick I've filled in with a second colour. There's only 2 colours in most of that. So this is what's happening. So I've done a lot. Yes, I wanted to get to the top. As I say, I think that was the top of that colour. There might be 2 more rows of something else above it, but definitely got to the top of that colour. There's more over here of that colour. I think it's over here somewhere. There's some more comes down here. So I got a lot of that done because no matter how sick I am, I cannot stay in bed because of my circumstances. I have to move. So when I'm doing something like cross stitch, I have to get up and move around every now and then. Even if my legs don't want to go, they have to move. I have to keep moving. So there's that. And then that dark colour, I was saying there's still a lot of it left. There's all that to go of it. I think there's another, this is in my active bit, what colour I'm using, but I think there's another one of it. Let's see, I think there's another one over here with that as well. Yes. So there's also, all of that is the same colour as well. So there's a lot more of that colour, And then, apart from that first big ball, there's also all this, and this is all what that cross stitch is. So this is my active box of all the colours in it. So I've got all this to go yet. There's not lots of different colours, there's shades. I might give you a bit of a clue as to what it might be or not. Might do or not. And then I was just going through my thread boxes because I want to see what colours I've got. So I was just going through looking. This one, as you know, I've labelled them all now. They're all labelled. And inside, I've shown you before, I write down what code numbers I've got and what the colours are in each box. So each box is a different brand. And I do like normally sorting them out as colours, but right now I've got them sorted out as numbers because I was working out what numbers threads I've got. So they're not actually in colours, they're in the order of the code numbers, which I much prefer doing them in colours. So in that box, I would say there's more reds, pinks, lots of browns. There's quite a few orangey colours. So I would say green, red, pinks. Yeah. Well, quite a few different blues in there. That's that one. Just sometimes I see cheap thread and I'm like, what colours do I need? And then this box, this one is Anchor brand. If any of you do cross stitch or embroidery, Anchor brand. I'm pretty sure you'll know that. This one is mostly maroony type colours and yellows. Maroony type colours and yellows in there. There's those. Let's see. This one is, this one doesn't really count. This is my embroidery. These are either cheap threads or thicker threads, or there's wool yarn. So I don't count that one because that is purely for that. So it's just my odds and ends type thread. So no, we don't count that one. This one is, these are ones that come free when you buy stuff from magazines. Sometimes I had some and then I got some in, I think it was an auction, a mixed stuff, and it was the same stuff. So I call that my rainbow colours because I don't know what brand that is. There was no brand. They weren't on these homemade bobbins that I've made, but the actual paper on them didn't say a brand. So those. And the last one is, this is DMC and pin. DMC and pin. I might move the pin out of this one. These I'm leaving on there. I got that in an auction, and at the moment that doesn't seem to go with any kit. I know it's pin, but so I'm just hanging on to that there. And then these ones, DMC and pin. The pin is up by my nose, mostly the dark greeny ones. I would say there's lots of browns again. I certainly don't need any browns overall. Browns, it's all quite dark, most of these. Browns and greys. There's a lot of greys in there as well. And a few other colours. So it gives me a bit of an idea as to what colours are in there. Let's have a look at the comments. Let's see, where are we up to on the comments? Stitching It Up says waiting for your, oh sorry, watching your list for support. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've just had a message from YouTube to say that people aren't hitting your thumbs up, so your analytics are very low because people aren't hitting the thumbs up. I'm getting views, but not the thumbs up. But I've talked about this before, and a lot of people have said to me they don't hit the thumbs up because they're either doing something else and just playing the playlist, for example, or people say they watch on their TV. You can do a thumbs up on the TV, but I wouldn't have a clue how it is. If you want to know how to do a thumbs up, if you're watching on a big screen, go to the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla channel, because he did tell me how to do it, but it just went beyond me because I don't do that. I don't have that. Gianni's Life says, when laugh out loud, when I hit 2,000 subs, I'm going to do a celebration dance. I did a fun one when I hit 400. I lost the video. It was great. Well, I've got a challenge coming up, as I've talked about before. I have edited the video. I haven't posted it yet. And it's basically dancing to my live intros. And if you don't want to dance, I give you other suggestions in the video as to what you can do. And it will be to promote your channels if you send me the URL of you doing it, and obviously promote my channel in your video. Beautiful weather we're having. Says Two Doves. Gianni's Life says it's in 60s here in South Florida. You guys confuse me because we do a centigrade here, so I never know quite what your temperatures are. Stitching says, finishing your list I started before. Bless you, my friend. Jenny's Life says you have some collection done. Oh, my threads. Yes, I would say apart from walking, eating and drinking, that's probably my next hobby. My next hobby. I have to be in the mood, and with that one I want to just sit and do it. I've really got into that one, as I say, because I have a mission. I want to get to a certain point or a certain section. Jenny's Life says, I have a bead collection for my jewelry. Nice. Two Doves says 64 and sunny so far today here near Dallas. Jenny says nice. I like sweater weather. I'll do it. I like to dance, yes. As I say, I do mention there's other things you can do, such as you could make the pet dance, or you could just edit some of your footage to it, because I know some people don't like to do that. So you can edit your footage to it. But I explain it all in the video. And I've said the most important thing is to participate, not so much what you're doing. So, yeah, that will be out soon. And it's going to be over all three of my channels, but not posted at the same time. But it will be the same video, exactly the same, because you can choose to do it with one bit of music, 2 or 3, because it's the countdown music to this channel's lives. It's the countdown music to Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty lives countdown, and also Everything Dance Your Mentor. It's the countdown to the lives on that channel. So you can do all three. You can do 3 separate videos or put them all together or whatever. It's called Challenge Video. I'll look for it. Yes, I think it's called Channel Challenge. I think I've called it Channel Challenge. So it will be quite obvious, and it's its own video. It's not part of another video, so it's in that. And I will probably post it on this channel first, and that will probably be soon. And then, as I say, you'll see it come up later on the other 2 channels. It's got no date. It's got no time when you can't do it anymore. So might leave it a month and then put it on another channel and so on and so forth. But you'll hear all the bits of music in each video. So whichever channels you watch it on, you will have all the 3 bits of music to choose from. It doesn't matter which ones you pick. There's no rules. You've got to do this, that, or the other. There will be all 3 bits of music and the links to the music under the video, which you need to put, if you're using it, you'll need to put them there. Okay, let's go back to our puzzle piece and remind you of today's puzzle piece. So today's puzzle piece is what goes in water black but comes out red? It's not a trick. Not a trick question. Not a trick question. What else have I got for you today? Oh, I know what we do. Let's do a little bit of this. Okay, Q&A time. Let's do a bit today of, what do I call this? Would you rather? Would you rather? Would you rather skydive or deep dive? Would you rather skydive or deep dive? I think there's more to see deep dive, but I wouldn't mind jumping out of a plane. I wouldn't mind doing that. So I'm going to actually say skydive because I've got a thing about breathing underwater. So I'm going to say skydive. Skydive. Deep dive is very dangerous. I'm going to say that. Stitch Up's got to go. Okay, cool. Thanks for being here and supporting my channel. Jeannie's Life says neither. Neither. I wouldn't mind. If someone gave me money to do one or the other, I'd happily jump out of a plane. I'd quite happily do that. I haven't done that. I'd quite happily do that. I think I prefer to do it tandem with an instructor. I'll do that. It's not the jumping out the plane that's the issue. It's the landing. It's the landing. So yes, for me, skydive. Would you rather facelift or tummy tuck? Well, I don't believe in anything like that. Oh, not even for money. Nope. We can't buy you. You don't have a prize. Facelift or tummy tuck? Oh, I don't believe in doing anything like that. Maybe if you'd had some major accident and you needed facial reconstruction, that's a different thing. But for vanity, no. I think you lose a lot of who you are when you change how you look. I don't like that I look old and wrinkly. I don't like it. But I certainly wouldn't have a fake face. You see some of these people have it done, say Botox or whatever, time and time again. And it does affect you later on. So people are suddenly going to be like, 90 and still have these looks. And it just looks weird in the end. Jeannie's Life says, I like my face and my tummy's about 10 pounds heavier, so I'm 10 pounds heavy, so I'm okay. I think if tummy tuck, yeah, not that I would do it, but if I had to pick one, it would be tummy tuck. Tummy tuck, definitely. But then the rest of you would be out of proportion. You'd be out of proportion. And with my lupus, I'm quite wide, let's say, the sort of hip area. And there's nothing I can ever do about that. And I had a major medical emergency years ago, and they said you'd never go back to what you was. So, oh, yeah, tummy, if I had to pick. Yeah, I'd say that. I'd never do any of these weird diets or is it gastro bans or no. You've got to enjoy your life. Next one says, kiss a slimy slug or kiss Donald Trump. Oh dear, this is one for the Americans. Would you rather kiss a slimy slug or kiss Donald Trump? I'm assuming on the lips. Well, I'm not affected by him. So I think that's one for the Americans to answer. Trump. Oh, you're saying Trump. Oh dear. Yeah. If it's just a kiss and go and he doesn't get leery or anything, then yeah, why not? Why not? Okay, next one is, would you rather be a hermit or be famous? Well, I've done the famous side and it's not all it's cracked up to be. Your privacy goes. Yeah, definitely a hermit for me. I wouldn't say I'm a hermit now, but I'm definitely, I can go weeks without seeing anyone. Famous, that's obvious here. Oh, it's not what it's cracked up to be, I tell you. You're trying. You're trying. I'm glad to see Vinny was in the pizza video. I've not seen it. I saw it come up. It's in my watch later one. Having a Vinny challenge. So it was good to see that he was in there. Hermit's not cool either. Oh, I could be a hermit. I could be a hermit. I've tried. I made a video a couple of years ago on this channel where I was trying to see if it was possible to live without any paperwork, because I have no address, I have no driving license, I have no passport, we have no mailbox or like to our address, so we have a mailbox about 40 minutes away, but we don't have to have that. And I was saying, is it possible to live without any paperwork or without any money? And it's not possible to not have paperwork. But apart from my marriage certificate, because we got married in Cyprus, I have nothing else that is my married name in Cyprus. I have no ID with my married name on, only my marriage certificate. As I say, no driving license. We have no bills, so you haven't got my name on any bills. We pay the land tax, but in Cyprus, it's still very old-fashioned in the fact of, even though I bought this house and property solely on my own, it doesn't come under my name when we go and pay the land tax. It goes to Mike's name. Goes to Mike's name. And the reason why it's all mine is because when we came out here full time, I bought this property because you could only have one property per person, and Mike bought another one. So you could only have one per person because we weren't married, and obviously his name couldn't be on this one. So you're a hermit. Vinny, he's going to make another appearance. Good. He'll be cooking again. Cool. I'm a hermit. Yeah, I can be a hermit. But yeah, I have to I'll probably put, if I remember, on my community post, the URL for the one about can you live without paperwork. So you can be without a car. So I've got no car, no driving license. As I say, I pay the property tax or land tax, whatever you want to call it. But we have no bills. We do have the internet and my phone, but that's on Mike's because I can't use a telephone. I cannot listen. I have to be face to face to listen. So I can't use the phone. So Mike's put the contracts on his name. But you don't have to have a phone. Again, if you're a hermit, you might not have a phone or internet. I could definitely do the hermit thing. We're semi-hermits. I don't go out shopping very rarely. Mike goes out because he's got the car, so he drives out and gets any bits of shopping. But I could live on just what I grow. He can't. He wants more variety, but I could live on just what I grow. And you can walk around my village and you do not see a single soul. You see hundreds of goats, sheep, but you do not see another soul. I can walk around for a couple of hours, go quite far, and not see another person. So I quite like that. That's why I like the internet. I can choose to come and talk, or I can choose not to. Maybe that's why I talk a lot. Yes, we have friends. We go out to dinner with friends, but if we want to go, we go. If we don't want to go, we don't want to go. I could be a hermit. I could do that. I'm not unsociable, but I like that on my terms now. As I say, I've done the fame thing, and I think that's why I've gone completely the other way with it. It was starting to get quite invasive, and I was avoiding cameras, and when I was going to events, and you might hear that a lot of famous people don't go to the events and things like that. I stopped going because I was starting to be photographed with people, and then rumours begin. Oh, is that person's new girlfriend? And no, so I ducked out of all that stuff, definitely. Okay, what's the time? Let's do another one. Would you rather be a stuntman or a fighter pilot? Oh, stuntman. Fighter pilot. Ooh, you could always say no to a job for a stuntman, couldn't you? And I've always wanted to be an acrobat. I did do acrobatics when I was little, and the dance teacher gave up on me. She said, Dawn, you were never meant to have a bendy back. I could do splits. I don't think I could do them now. I haven't tried. Pilot, but it's a fighter pilot. It's a fighter pilot. Would you want to be a fighter pilot? Just drop something on the floor. There it is. A fighter pilot, not just a pilot. Fighter pilot. Mike's a pilot. Mike can fly planes. Mike can fly planes. So yeah, for me, that's got to be a stuntman. As I say, you can always turn down a job. You'd be like, no, I'm not doing that one. Not doing that one. Whereas a fighter pilot, you're told, go and fight and shoot down people. Oh, you could be killing people. No, not a fighter pilot. No, not for me, that one. Let's have a look at another one. We'll do one more. Would you rather go to the deepest depths of the earth or go to undiscovered space? Oh, not fighter, no. Thought you misheard that. Would you rather go to the deepest depths of the earth or go to undiscovered space? I think for me, deepest depths of the earth. Deepest depths of the earth. Undiscovered space. Well, you'd think a hermit would want to go there, wouldn't you? No, Mike would do that. Mike would do undiscovered space. He'd love to go into space. No, I like flying, but I don't want to go up there. No. Deepest depths of the earth. Yeah, you could make some amazing discovery. Undiscovered. Ooh, undiscovered. Yes. It could be more interesting, more historic. I think, again, you're a bit more in control, maybe. As long as it's not like these films you see where they go like thousands of like a deep depth into the earth, and there's all these weird creatures and weird things. I don't think that could exist down there. I don't think so. So I would say deepest depths of the earth. Yes. I always thought as a child, if you kept digging down and down and down, what happens? I know people say you get to the other side of, like from England, it'd be Australia, or I think America, you've got to be China. Is it China you dig down to if you go straight down? I think you're China. I think you're China. Or if you dig down too far and the opposite is the sea, does it come up? You can't go that far down, surely. It's just impractical. I say that you've got like the Channel Tunnel and tunnels through mountains. So who knows? Who knows? Oh dear. Okay, let's do the answer to our puzzle piece today. So the question was, what goes into water black and comes out red? If you're a cook, you might have thought of the answer. If you're watching this later, the answer is a lobster. A lobster's black in the water, and when you take it out and you cook the poor little thing, now it's red. That was the answer to today's Puzzle Corner. So no one live got it today. Did you get it? Tell me in the comments below if you got it. So today, the applause goes to me. Yes, says Jeannie. No, I didn't. Oh, depends where your mind's going, doesn't it? What you're thinking of at that point as to what you think of if you're like somewhere else completely, down a different path. Okay, I'm going to finish there for today. Thank you to those who came in live. I really appreciate that. Saves me just waffling on my own. And thank you to those of you watching back later. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your way out. And I will see you on Friday, earlier or later, whichever end of the time span you are. I will see you on Friday on my other channel on Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty on Friday, or back here again on Monday. So thank you for being here, and I'll see you soon. Till next time, as always, Meraki.